Hey YouTubers, this video is going to cover the necessary hardware and modifications you'll need to do to retrofit a gas-charged strut in replacement of the original torsion bar system that GM had to lift the trunk lid on second generation Camaros and Firebirds. So in this case, this is a 1973 Firebird, and what I did was first was remove the torsion bars that went across attaching to the hinges, and then remove the clip, ground out the holes, filled them up, welded them, and ground them flush. So that's a nice clean look across the top of the deck. And next, what you'll need to do is, in this case, I wanted to attach the 10mm ball. In this case, the ball sizes are 10mm for this strut rod. The strut rod itself is a 150-pound strut rod. It's 12.5 inches fully compressed, 8-inch stroke, which gives it 20.5 inches fully extended. So with where the ball was placed, this is a 10mm ball with a 5/16 threaded rod on the end. What I did was I cut out the 5/16 threaded end and drilled out on the other side of the hinge and plug welded. That way it's a nice smooth clean finish. You can also, if you choose to, you just drill out for the threaded end. You can mechanically attach it that way as well. Modifications to the hinge include having to cut out about 2.5 inches. So you'll see the bare metal part, or if you compare it to the original hinge, it kind of 45s down and then continues down. So in this case, what I did was just extended down, kind of stepped it a little more, that way I had more meat on the hinge and made sure I had a clearance for the rod. Otherwise your rod is going to bind up with the hinge if you don't clearance that out. So I take a cutting wheel and then finish it off nicely with a grinder, and then once it's painted it'll look a lot nicer. This slot here with the arc that the hinge provides here, you're going to have to make a slot of about 2.5 inches. In this case, it's about 1/2 inch wide. So this will take into account the arc of the hinge and make sure that the rod itself isn't binding up and moves freely within that opening. The bottom attachment is a 10mm ball that's attached to a plate already. You can buy these already assembled. And again, you can attach these with a sheet metal screw. There's some pre-drilled holes. In this case, what I did was I plug welded them to the side of the trunk pan. But again, since the back tire is further forward and there's no gas tank on the bottom end over here, you're free and clear on the other side here. So you can use sheet metal clears if you want to, sheet metal screws if you want to mechanically attach it to the trunk pan that way. And again, that's what you need. You'll need a drill bit, half-inch drill. Drill a couple pilot holes. That way, you can line up your slot nice and straight. You need a couple grinding wheels, cutting wheels to make your modification to the hinge, and it takes about 3-4 hours. And then, of course, there's paint and prep to finish it off. But to close it, my trunk lid has the spoiler on it, so with that extra weight the torsion bars weren't cutting it, which was the original reason why I wanted to get rid of it. Plus it's a much nicer, cleaner look, and when it goes to the shows later, it'll be a nice little addition. But yeah, you slam it down. Takes a little more force to close it, not much more, but it's just enough force when you open it up. Easy opening and holds itself up, and that's it. If you got any questions, hit me up, and thank you.